Oh, by golly. I think we're actually live this time. I think we are actually live. Holy crap. Oh, we're on autofocus, that's good. Hey, Parker Taylor. Hey, Finn Haymans. Yep, we are here. We should be live. Let me know if you guys can see this. You guys should be able to. I got my list. We're out here. Let me know if you guys can see me. Hey, Joshua. Let me know if you guys can see the stream. If it's looking like it's sharp, it should be. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. So we are in the app today. Doing 1080 30 at 3000. We'll see how this goes. We are in starting in Northglenn, Colorado. Right now we're near the corner of 104th and Huron Street. 104th Avenue, that is. And we're gonna work our way east to Thornton. Looking good, okay, that's good to hear, I appreciate it. No idea what Finn just sent in the chat. Yep, so the last time I tried to do a walking stream, the app didn't work, and then I did the stream in YouTube, which didn't go so well. The quality crapped out a lot of times and all sorts of things. This app, the only thing I have issues with that I've noticed so far with further testing is that occasionally I'll have a moment where the quality might dip a little bit, but at least I know for certain that it is in 1080 no matter what, and we're getting the best quality we can possibly get out of this stream instead of the spotty one that YouTube gives us. Plus I can do a little bit more special stuff. So I'm not going to do a history of every single place like I usually would on a normal live stream, but we will be doing what we can. Our first place over here, of course, is the thumbnail shot, McDonald's. This specific building was built in 2001, and Google Earth does confirm a rebuild, but the McDonald's here, of course, goes back probably into the 70s and even the 60s. Unfortunately, I can't confirm exactly when it was built, but Facebook posts confirm that it was here in the 70s for sure. There is 2 McDonald's in Denver, I believe, maybe 3, that have this kind of style. Something else interesting that I will note. Actually, let's look at the other side. The other side, the part of the sign's missing. I got photos of it last year when it was still there. Now, let me see if I can pull up the menu thing here. So they did do a little bit of remodeling. So if you look at the older street maps view, you can actually see that used to have more of the red and the white tiles. Not so much anymore. They've went gray, and the other one that I know of in Denver also went gray. So there you go. Did you see my Office Depot picture on Instagram? I think I did. I think I liked it, didn't I? Pretty sure I liked it. We'll be walking right by there today. Do got a Taco Bell here, of course. They even open today? Guess they might be, just no one in the parking lot. What are their hours of this one? I don't know. There's a sign on their door. There is no cars in the lot, so we're gonna find out what's up. There are no cars. Ah, okay, here we go. Closed for maintenance issues. Okay. Closed for maintenance issues. Figured I might as well yell it at her since she had her window down and was going to go through the drive-thru. Man, I remember last year is evening time, one of the trips down here to Northglenn. I caught it just at the time when the sign popped on, so I caught a photo of it just before and just after the light went on. It was so great. I wish I had those photos with me. Hey, Jason Keller. I'm gonna butcher this name. I always do. I'm sorry if I do. Takayuta. Hold on, chat moved on me. Takayuta Hister Acero. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that somewhat accurately. I probably butchered it. If I did, I'm sorry. Am I muted? I shouldn't be. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's do this. Enter text. Can you hear me? We'll make sure before we move on. We don't want to. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Maybe it's on Parker's end then. My application definitely says I am unmuted, so. Let's see, make sure I didn't hit. It's easy to switch into manual focus, so I have to be careful of that. All right, you guys can hear me. Good stuff. Yeah, if we did every single business along here, we'd be here for 2 or 3 hours. We got about a 3-mile walk planned out. We're gonna walk by a couple places. I've had people wanting some kind of update. All right, it's person for me. I didn't realize that. Or maybe it changed for me when I hit the button. It's Colorado, they usually change when you hit the button, so. As car-centric as hell as this is, it's still more pedestrian-friendly than Cheyenne. I'm not hating on Cheyenne, there's just a mere observation. Conoco and 7-Eleven over here. I did not do the research on that. I want to try and get this stream done in about an hour, hour and a half, so. Mainly focusing on the bigger places that catch my eye. So there's a Office Depot up here that Parker was talking about that we're going to take a look at. It's getting renovated for a DD's discount. Part of it was already taken over by Five Below. Yeah, there might be a tiny bit of lag. I'm not seeing anything on my end for lag. Hopefully it's not too bad. We'll find out. We'll find out if this app is any better. I'm doing 3,000 kilobytes for upload. I tried 4,000, but I noticed it was causing a bit of lag in bad spots when I did some more testing the other day. So, well, yesterday. Is the stream not lagging now, or is it still lagging? I don't know. I don't know how the internet is over here, so I haven't done this enough. So we do got the Northglenn Marketplace. We'll take a quick pass through a little bit of it. Really want to walk down this hill here, but I'm just going to do the stairs. Hopefully the lag's not too bad. I guess I'll know when I get home for certain how bad the lag is, won't I? So the interesting with this Office Depot we're coming up on the other side of Ross, it moved over into the former Marshalls at the very end of this plaza. I do have a photo that I can share with you. Try to avoid people. So many people that it's just hard to avoid getting people on camera. Kind of hate walking on this side, but there's a lot of people there, so. All right, so we got the Five Below here. And there's what is gonna be DD's discounts. I guess they haven't finished doing it, but they did completely redo the facade. I did a short of the Office Depot as Vacant last year when Five Below was renovating that half. I kind of need to take photos of some of this stuff, but I don't feel like trying to fight that with the wind. Let's see if we can get this set up. Hey, Rail R2OT. Nice, so Wally's live too right now, eh? Let's see. Can I get the photo here? Here it is. So there's the Office Depot when it was open over here. And they moved all the way down there. You can't see it. all the way down there to the other end of this plaza, and I do have a photo of it. So that was taken last year. I'm gonna cut across a parking lot. There's also a former Radio Shack there. I filmed it for Andy, but I think he made the video private, unfortunately. I should close this, shouldn't I? See, a Radio Shack was right here. Y'all can hear me. Okay, good stuff. We'll see how the lag is. I don't know how it'll turn out. I'm hoping the stream turns out okay. Hopefully better than YouTube, but I don't know. We'll see. I haven't had enough testing with this app, but then again, I guess I can't really ever have enough testing, can I? So we're gonna head over to the Sports Authority, which is now taken over by another business. You can kind of tell by the facade, although they've taken the black part of it down, the black metal rungs and all that. Gonna cross this little main road thing for the plaza. So let's see. So this was built in 1999, the Sports Authority was. I suspect it may have started as Gart Sports, but I couldn't find absolute confirmation of that. If it did, then by 2003 or so, right around there, it converted to Sports Authority since they bought out the brand. Of course, this one closed in 2016 with the rest of the locations. I do got a photo of it when it was open. So there's a photo of it when it was open. You can see the black and silver structure that they did get rid of for Painted Tree Boutiques that's there now. And they were announced to open in 2021. They definitely opened by this year. And same thing with Five Below. DD's Discounts obviously is not open yet, but I'm sure they will get there. We got Bed Bath & Beyond. I'll read the chats here in a minute. Got the Bed Bath & Beyond here that was built in 1999 as Borders Bookstore. I do got a photo of it when it was Borders from the backside. I think it's that one. Yep. I did do a video of this store, which should be coming soon. Theory, as long as the video looks fine, which it should. The Borders was closing in late 2011. There were a handful of times where Spirit Halloween was in here before the Sports Authority closed. And let's see, Bed Bath & Beyond took over in late 2019, moving from their location way out there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I've done videos of both of the Bed Bath & Beyonds, just I haven't uploaded the one of this one yet. And then we got Texas Roadhouse here. This was built mid to late 2015. It moved from Thornton. It's the site of a former Bennigan's restaurant that was built in 1999 as well and closed in 2008. They demolished it about the same time for the Texas Roadhouse. We will be taking a look at where the old one was. All right, let me catch up on chat. Transmission is unstable due to weak network connection, so we're hitting a bad spot of internet. So you guys might be feeling the lag a little bit. Why did Shoe Carnival close in Loveland? No idea. Wish I could figure it out, but I don't know. I haven't done any research. I just happened to stumble upon it. Like, I legitimately wasn't even thinking, man, it's closed. I was thinking I'm gonna go photo the Monarch Dermatology, and then it was closed. Like, what? I just happened to notice as I was walking out that way, so. Yep, it's gonna be laggy for a second for you guys. It should be kicking back up now. Do you got a black-eyed pea over here I didn't think about researching? We'll go behind these guys. And we'll get back up here on the main road. Yep, I'll have to try and take some photos of the Five Below and stuff sometime here. Hopefully before I leave, but we'll see. If I have to, it'll be next time. We'll see. It'll be outside of the stream. I don't feel like fighting the wind with my paper and everything else. So we're going through a third-party app called Prism. It's the best app I've found so far, although it is a foreign app. Is what it is. I'm not complaining. It's interesting to me that it's a foreign app that works best, but I'm not using Streamlabs because it's a freaking scam, if anything. And I speak from experience that the app doesn't work that well to begin with. So, yeah, not messing with it. Interesting thing with Circle K, since we're over here, they are getting rid of the branding of other stores like Shell and Sinclair. They're going for their own thing entirely. Got an IHOP restaurant here. I didn't research it, but I did happen to come across photos of the grand opening thing they had here. Got the Northglenn Marketplace up there. The sign. I think it's rare to see an open Black Eyed Peas restaurant. One of my Black Eyed Peas closed around 2017-ish and became a wing restaurant. And they kept the facade. Nice. Nice, but not nice. Obviously not so good to see Black Eyed Peas close. Fort Collins had one out in front of the Michaels that's there. It closed, man, probably close to a decade ago. Today, I think there's a clothing store and something else. So there's not much left. Of course, over here there is a Best Buy and an Applebee's. We're gonna go up and over the bridge here. I smell one of the restaurants. It smells good. It's making me hungry. I'll be having a big dinner tonight anyway, but it's making me hungry now. All right, we're gonna wait for the traffic because it's giving them the green. Jason says it closed in 2013. Interesting. Our IHOP is closed, says Finn. That's from Real RTOT, by the way. The comment about Black Eyed Peas. Yeah. That light did not stay on. So you guys might be having a little bit of lagging right now as we cross I-25. So I apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too bad. There's like a delay, so I'm noticing definitely that there's a little bit of delay between the time that you see the lag and I see the warning that I'm having a lack of connection. So, yep. There's I-25. The southbound lanes right here, and we're headed east on 104th. I don't know how many of my fans are in Northglenn, but I mean, if you're willing to go honk it, go for it. It's kind of become a meme on the channel at this point, a little one, but a meme nonetheless. Not the most comfortable bridge ever to walk on with all the traffic, but of course I say that as there's no traffic on the bridge. So Northglenn and Thornton are weird. I think right at this road is where it turns into Thornton, but over here on the left is Northglenn. So yeah, it's all part of Denver at the end of the day, but it's more or less divided into multiple cities, if anything. As far as I know, Northglenn and Thornton are both considered cities officially, so yeah. All right, the side of the restaurant is now a mattress firm. Interesting. I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I feel like you're talking about Fort Collins, but I could be totally wrong. Loveland had a Black Eyed Peas that became Buffalo Wild Wings. Interesting. I did not know that. I knew about the Buffalo Wild Wings. I walked right by there today. Never would have guessed those Buffalo Wild Wings. Not without a little bit of digging on that one. I haven't ever looked into that one just because, you know, it's an open restaurant. I don't do restaurants so much on my channel. I wouldn't be against expanding to them eventually, but just haven't. Let's see, what is our next place on our list here? All right. So basically the next place is the old Texas Roadhouse. I think I do got a photo of them moving, don't I? Yeah, I forgot to show it, so I'll show it when I get over there. Went to the Goodwill in Thornton, Colorado. Nice. Goodwill is an interesting one, man. It's an interesting one. Because they opened up in the former Walmart, the original Walmart. And then they moved to where you went to this time, probably. I'm pretty sure it's only one Goodwill in Thornton, right? So, yeah. And that was a former, what was it? Total Beverage. We'll get into a little bit more when we get over there. I did do some research on it, so. Do like a little bit of the buffer that they have on this sidewalk. I would not mind if the sidewalk was like on the other side of this fence, so that way it was separated from traffic more, but it's still better than being on that bridge back there. Got an RTD bus going by, got Denny's over here. Maybe I could have done a little more research. It's mainly the time, honestly. Like, I would not have minded researching every single place, but the time just didn't allow yesterday to research, and again, I do want to try and get this stream done, so can't do everywhere. That's why I mainly focused on bigger places that like were kind of a common thing on my channel or that had a bit of history behind them. It's not to say some of these others don't, though. It's possible I just don't know it. Let me see if I can zoom into the Denny's over there. Coming up on Grant Street, we're gonna take a right. Jesus, almost could cross the whole road right now. Kind of tempting. Nah. There's traffic coming from I-25 bridge. And now these guys got a green light, so we can't now. Oh well. Pretty sure that Sinclair over there was a Conoco? Or was it Exxon? Now I forget. I did notice it got converted to Sinclair though. I happened to notice when I was going through the street view. Oh man. So if I was in Denver, like if I lived somewhere in Denver, there'd be stuff for days to do. I probably would be able to go out and film videos every single day and still not finish filming everything I could. Cheyenne, unless I start like digging deeper into local businesses and stuff, there's just not a lot. We're gonna cross first. Okay. Wanted to make sure that guy was gonna stop. I don't think, well, yeah, I did want to be over here. That's all right. It's all right. Now we got a long wait time for the light here, so that's fun. Let's see, the Monarch Dermatology and Surgery completely changed. Oh yeah, they definitely did. In my video where I did it as abandoned, they definitely had already gutted the inside, so I'm not surprised. The exterior, they did keep pretty much the same. I'm impressed. Like, they repainted it, but they did keep it pretty similar. Works with me, that place wasn't all that old, so it's like, might as well keep it. All right, we should be getting the green any moment now. Light, light, and light. There you go. I gotta say, going from the Staples area of Loveland to the Pizza Ranch, parts of it were not as fun because you don't have a sidewalk, so it's either walk in the grass or walk in the road. I did notice they had a little bit of a bike lane thing, but it wasn't anything special. Still better than some of the lanes in Cheyenne. But, I mean, with the heavy traffic, it's about the same, isn't it? Don't think Longmont had a Denny's. I don't know. I haven't researched Denny's actually for Longmont. I'd have to do some serious digging to see. Most cities did, but there's definitely some that didn't, and definitely smaller towns didn't either, usually, not always. At least in our area. I can't speak for like out in Ohio. I had no idea Wally was going live today. That's amusing to me a little bit. All right, we're coming up on it. So there's a Texas Roadhouse right over here. Like I said, it moved over to the Northglenn Marketplace. So let's see, did I get a build date? It was built in 1998. It was demolished between late 2020 and early 2021. And it actually moved back in 2015 to 2016 area. Like I was saying, there's their sign. I don't know how well it's going to come out on stream, hopefully decent. But they were right over here, and unfortunately they have demolished it. Let's see, make sure I'm in autofocus right now, which I am. Close. Circle K does not want Shell. Yeah, I know. I saw another Circle K convenience center that's abandoned. I found another one. I have to see about filming it. So yeah, here's the sign that Texas Roadhouse used to use, and the building was right here. It's not here anymore. Last year I took a photo of a sign that was laying on the ground that was for some kind of auto place, but I don't remember what the heck it was named. I did not even think about writing that down, so I apologize for that. I think I have shared the post though over on my Instagram. I legitimately was going to film this last year and ended up seeing that it was gone, so. And I think I was going to film something else that day too, but that was gone too, so I couldn't film anything that day. Yep, Cheddar's is still here. We're going to walk right by it. Rah. I've never tried Cheddar's, but maybe it's a restaurant I need to try someday. Try to go around the back of this car. Is that car turning? Okay. We're good. We're good-o. Yeah, I've never tried Cheddar's, but maybe it's one I need to try sometime. That's good to hear that it is good. Let's see, let me scroll up in the chat. I missed some of the chats. My old stomping grounds. I miss Colorado, but I had to move, got too expensive. It is expensive down here for sure. I've looked into it for the fun of it. Maybe, geez, I think it was probably late last year. Even if you're making well over minimum wage, you still can't live down here. Like the cheapest apartment I could, I don't know if it was really an apartment. It looked more like a house, but the cheapest place I could find was still higher than the 11-hour wage. I mean, you need food to eat, so you can't just do that. So you'd be having to work 2 decent paying jobs. Unless you got a really decent job, but then that's going to require a lot of skills. So, yeah, it is definitely pricey down here. It would be nice in a way. It's kind of like New York in a way. In a way, hear me out, because New York, it's a lot of the places, even if it's a trash closet you're living in, are expensive as all hell. But then if you're there, you have a heck of a lot more possibilities there to run into people. Granted, it ends up being more quantity based at that point, and that may not be so good. So there's that argument. And we're coming up on 102nd. We're going to go into the Thornton Town Center, where the former, speaking of Goodwill real quick, where the former Gordman's is. Hey, Tanyan. There's the former Goodwill right there. We'll take a look at that here shortly. I don't see any vehicles. It is nice to see the biking infrastructure getting a little bit better down here. I remember a time when there really wasn't much bike lanes. Like, there were a few, but Colorado used to be a lot more car dependent, although it still is. I mean, they're still adding lanes to the interstate, so it's not there yet. It's getting there, but it's not there yet. it would be nice to be able to have the choice to either drive or bike or walk or whatever the heck you want. I'm noticing more and more people are biking, roller skating, skateboarding. Of course, when you get into scooters, skateboards, and rollerblades, you got the nasty bumps in the concrete to worry about. I mean, in Cheyenne the other day, I saw a couple of people going over a bike bridge, and they actually were pretty much yeeted off their skateboards because of the small wheels trying to go over the metal frame of the bridge that wasn't perfectly flat with the concrete. I think they were slightly stressed because I was there too, because I was on my bike at the time, but that's beside the point. Both of them hit the edge, and then after that point, I was able to pass them, so. Got Dignity, Ollinger or Ollinger, one or the other. Highland, funeral home, cemetery, and cremation services. Interesting. Interesting place for a place like that. I did notice there's a green field there. Hey, Christian Gonzalez, how are you doing? Restore Data, by the way, I don't think I said your name yet. Blake's Retail Exploration, how are you guys all doing? So this is our technically our second walking stream, but it's the first one that you're going to see public. The other one I made unlisted, and eventually I will be redoing it. I actually was planning on doing it this weekend, redoing that stream this weekend, but then it's like, well, crap, it's pretty warm, and it kind of came up the idea of going to Colorado, getting some good dinner. And it's like, well, all right, we'll do this. And there's not really any videos in the area that I particularly am desperate to film in this area. So it's like, you know what? Let's do a live stream. You guys been wanting a out of town stream for a while anyway. Got a Starbucks here. I was at the Starbucks not too far from here, over in Northglenn, briefly today. I missed the violet drink, but the pink drink is still good. I think I've gotten the dragon fruit one once or twice. I want to go this way. So let's see, what do we got? So the Thornton Town Center is kind of interesting. When it was originally built, it was built as a small indoor mall. The Home Depot was built after it, and it never had a mall connection from my understanding, supposedly due to the fire code being different for Home Depot. But the Gordman's apparently was a half-price store, like actually called that. So let's see. So the mall originally opened in 1989. It was mostly demolished and rebuilt in 2003. Google Earth pretty much confirms this. And of course, other sources have also said that. Let's see. And like I said, Gordman's was former half-price store, and that store 41. I forget the main name of the company that owned it. I guess it was was it this store or was it Biggs? I'm thinking of the Biggs right now, so I need to stop right there. But everything I said up to this point is true about this place as far as I can tell. We're going to take a quick peek inside the doors, although I doubt we're going to be able to see much because there are double doors. I filmed this place is closing, and I definitely have had at least one person say to take a look at it after it closed, so we'll do that. Take a little bit of a walk through the plaza and work our way over to the former Goodwill. Let's see, let me scroll up in chat because I've missed more chats. Do 2x speed to sync up your stream. What? Do you use Nightbot for your life? I used to. I don't mess with it too much anymore. It's just kind of a hassle to get it set up. I can, but it's just a little bit of a hassle. Maybe eventually I'll get back into using Nightbot again. Stage Stores owns Gordman's. Yep, that's true. I'm talking about the half-price store, though. There's a main brand that owned them, and I don't know what it was. It's like another kind of general store thing, I guess. Oh yeah, this store is permanently closed. Here we go. Yep. Yeah, I can't see too much. Is the G still there? I don't know, I can't tell. Maybe the G was over here. I can't tell. And the phone's gonna focus on that. I can't tell if the G is still in there or not, but let's see. Let me scroll up in the chat. When I see Home Depot, I think of this song in the ads. Yeah. Of course, he got their catchphrase, the power of the Home Depot. Oh, shoot. So this is a former Payless shoe source. I already know that because I've seen it in Street View and other sources, but I never noticed this sign on the door. Look at that. Payless shoe source. I never noticed that they put that there before. It is still empty. We'll take a quick peek in here. Oh yeah, you can tell that was Payless. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. Let's see, there was a vintage Big Lot sign at the location in Plattsburgh, NY. Yep, it is. There's several Home Depots that still do. The Fort Collins location near the Walmart near I-25 also looks that way. Do got some open businesses here, GNC, Sally, and GameStop. Cinebarre, this is a theater that closed. I didn't do the research on it, unfortunately. We'll just take a quick peek, but I doubt we'll be able to see much. Yeah, not be able to see much. Yeah, I don't know if I bought, oh wow, an electric skateboard, speaking of the devil. People are, like I said, people are doing skateboarding and all that more. I don't know what this was. Dress barn maybe? I don't know. I actually did not look into this. I did not look into this plaza part as much. This part of the plaza, I should say. No, I don't think it's that. I don't know. There's a look inside, whatever this was. Got a building permit thing here. I'll do a close-up pan because I know the quality can sometimes dip. Hopefully it didn't blur it too much, panning down like that quickly. Let's see, we're gonna go a little bit farther. We got across at the stoplight over here, so. We got DEFY over here. This was oh shoot, I can't remember the name of it. It's like I should write this down and I didn't. Man, it's gonna bother me now. Crap. It's a store that, man, there's one by the Boondocks in Lone Tree. And you can actually, I think you can go back in time and see what it was called. I forget the name of it. Gander Mountain. So this closed before they did the name change, I think. So this was Gander Mountain or Gander Indoors, one or the other. It's the same company, but branding's different. And right now it's DEFY Extreme Air Sports. And then we do got a Walmart Super Center down here. Let's see, what else do I got for photos? Okay, so there's a look at the mall. Right now on screen, you should be able to see the whole mall before it got turned into an outdoor plaza and after. And we'll pop up the other one. And over here, we're coming up on a Walmart. So you can see that there's the Walmart on the left side, or I'm sorry, Walmart on the right side and the mall on the left side. And before Walmart was here, it was a Biggs, part of Supervalu. So let's see, the Biggs was opened in 1989, it closed in 2003. It was demolished for Walmart in 2004. I guess there's something along the lines of Walmart would crush Biggs. Biggs was a European hypermarket thing, kind of like what Walmart and Kmart are. But you can see a good view there. Do they got McDonald's? They don't got McDonald's in here. They got Charlie's Philly Steaks. Had an awkward moment with that driver. They got Charlie's Philly Steaks in here, which is interesting. We'll cut across the parking lot though, because we need to go to the stoplight. I've never gone to this specific Walmart, but I know someone who has. I have no idea how it differs from other Walmarts. Probably not too much, but we'll cut over here. I'm trying to avoid people, but this is another plaza where it's just like there's so many people that it's hard to avoid people. I've noticed, with my experience, I've noticed Walmart can be spotty with whether or not they like the idea of filming. Some stores seem to not give two hoots. They almost encourage it, and others will get mad just because you took a single photo. So I don't really bother with them for filming, honestly, just because I don't feel like it's worth the risk of trying to fight them. It's not necessarily a fight per se. It's their choice if they want to encourage filming or not, but it's like do it one way or the other. Don't have some stores saying this and some stores saying that. I even saw a video from one of those reseller people online. I don't watch him much these days, but I watched a few of his videos, and there's one time where one employee was more than happy to see him filming, and the other one got mad at him for filming. Like she didn't want to be on camera. Let this person go by. It's not technically a pedestrian crossing, so okay. Only 4 Kmarts left, I believe. I think it's less than that now, isn't there? Well, maybe 4 total. Maybe it's like 4 total, 6 total, something like that. There's only 2 in the US now, so let's see. Kind of would be good to cross, but I don't want to do that. You know what? It's flashing. We'll just wait. Screw it. It's got to change for the other side of the road anyway, so we got time to press the button. There's the Thornton Town Center signage with some of the brands here. Obviously, Gordman's is no longer listed. I think it was the blacked out one there where it said Gordman's. Now, will this light change for me? It should. Maybe. Maybe not. Nope, it's going to make us wait around. Almost want to just walk down this way, but I don't know. I forget where I got to turn right at, so we'll wait. We'll just wait. Maybe. I miss the old Bigs. It was unique. It sounds like it for sure. It probably would have been, I feel like it probably would have been a little bit better than Walmart, at least. Maybe even a lot better. Except that, of course, the Bigs was a lot smaller here, and they wouldn't have as much selection, and they may even, I don't know how their prices were compared to Walmart back then. So yeah, that's why I say, I say in the person who said it online, like, it seems to relate to the fact that Bigs just wouldn't survive regardless. So we'll push the button one more time, make sure it changes. Should after this car, yep. All right. We got time. Hopefully no one decides to slow me down. Some of the drivers in Denver are pretty crazy. Like, there were 2 times on the way to Northglenn, maybe even 3, where someone was doing something stupid. I think there was a semi truck that almost cut us off. There was a couple of different cars that cut us off. So traffic can be whacked down here. Other times, I don't know if there's really ever been a time where we didn't have at least one little cut off by someone. So a lot more people cutting you off, but then there's a lot more people overall. So it's like, what can you do? I did not do any research on this place, this plaza, unfortunately. Got Qdoba at the beach tanning salon, Sushi Umi, Firehouse Subs, Cricket. Let's see, what else is there? Dove Green Nails and Spa, and Buffalo Wild Wings. The Shops on Grant. There's the sign. I'll zoom in a little bit. Did I miss your comment? I'm sorry. I haven't scrolled through the chat, and I can't really pause it so much anymore. Not in this app, I'm noticing. It tends to scroll even when I scroll up, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I just need to get better used to it. Let's see, Stage Stores owns Gordman's. I should zoom out. Got a random Walmart cart here. Love it when the internet comes with a note when the store is permanently closed. Well, sorry Tanya, I'm trying to read all the chats, but sometimes I miss them. I cleaned up east today from 10 a.m. to noon. Interesting. That's fun. I guess it is a weekend, so that would make sense. East is interesting. I'll say that much. It's a good place overall. I definitely did like the school overall, I feel like. But anyway, story for another day. Colorado is going to open their first Buc-ee's. Yep, and that's going to be in Johnstown, isn't it? Pretty sure Johnstown. That's a little bit north of here, about an hour-ish north. I think about an hour. It took like 45 minutes, 50 minutes to get from Loveland to Northglenn, so. And that's, of course, by vehicle, by highway. It's not really pretty much you're forced to drive if you want to get from Cheyenne to anywhere in Colorado. Like, you can certainly take a train when you get more into the Denver area, or a bus. Buses aren't too bad. They tend to be pretty good about getting their route done on time. Got a Dairy Queen place here called North Rock. I'll zoom in just in case the quality's crappin'. Shouldn't be as bad though with this app. We'll find out when I get home how the quality is, but it definitely should not be as bad with this app. There is a little pathway back here that I almost was gonna take, but then I saw that I'm going by the Goodwill, so it's like, shoot. Let's see, did I have any other photos of that? Okay, I don't think so. So we have the Goodwill and all that, so we'll do that now. Got Caliber Collision right here. Another place I didn't do any research on. I pretty much only had Friday to do the research, so it's a bit of a grind to do that. And plus I had a few other little tidbits going on that day, so I had to get that taken care of. Let's see, what is this place over here? Yeah, I guess I maybe wanted to go over there, darn it. Oh well, we'll walk back over there. So there's a plaza sign over here with a few of the businesses in the area. Ha! Okay, so this is a Tires Plus, Total Car Care. Let's get beyond this tree. So there you go. You can see Conn's Home Plus, Chuze Fitness, and Caliber Collision on that one. Chuze and Conn's are in the former Walmart. Is this person gonna wait? We're gonna cut over, so okay, thanks. Yep, so there's a good view of Tires Plus. It almost looks Arby's-esque, but I'm definite that it's not a former Arby's. Much too big to be a former Arby's. Let's see, we're gonna have to avoid this person, so we're gonna cut over. So, let's see. You got the Goodwill first, so let's see what I got for history. Built in 1988, the Walmart opened in November that year. It relocated to the Super Center we saw earlier in the stream in 2005, of course. Goodwill opened here between August 2007 and August 2012 before moving between 2018 and 2020. Let's see, what else do I got? Cons, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Goodwill section. So you can see the label scar for sure. And they do got "We Moved" signs in the windows. I don't know if I'll do a video of this or not. I kind of want to, but I don't know. It's kind of iffy because it's not much of a space to look at. You can kind of see in, just not beyond the first set of doors. But you can see their "We Moved" sign. So that's kind of where we're going to be going. Let's see. Does the quality to YouTube depend on applications to YouTube, hardware, cameras, software, and company model? So I'll talk about that in a second. I want to finish this history bit. We got to set a bit of a blank spot after we get through this building real quick. I'll talk about that in a minute. Conn's is huge here in Texas. I must admit, though, they were always horrible on honoring their customer warranties. Interesting. Former Goodwill sports the Walmart style entry. Yep, it does. For sure. Even the tiles over here. They changed it a little bit, but not too much. So I'll talk about that in a minute, Tanyan. So the Cons, let's see. Cons opened between October 2012 and June 2015, and then the Chuze Fitness began renovating the building in 2016 and opened by 2017. I already put that in, and we'll take a look at what is left of the Walmart sign in a minute. Chuze Fitness did expand on the building a little bit on the far end over there, so something interesting to note. Chuze has been taking over a lot of places. They took over the old part of the old Hobby Lobby in Loveland, which also was coincidentally a former Walmart. I forgot to show this off too, so there's something else we'll need to look at. The signs on the light posts. Light posts. Light posts. Some of them are lit. I think all of them are lit in this Chuze parking lot. Actually, all of them in this parking lot are lit. So you can see there's a security cameras in use sign there. Are we in autofocus, by the way? Yeah, good stuff. So you can see the security camera in use signs are still on there. And we got the old Walmart sign right here. So you can see where Walmart would have been for sure. I'm surprised they didn't reuse this sign. Probably didn't for one reason or another. And I did get a photo, let me pull it up. I did get a photo of Goodwill when it was still there. So there's a photo of that. It's not the greatest, but it's from Google Maps. So, yeah, I mean, you can see it if you're on a computer. All right, I think we got a bit of a dead spot till we get to the next spot. I think we gotta go a block north or so. Block or two north. I forget. Gotta go back to 104th though, I know that much. Got McDonald's here. They've renovated this one. I think right now it's using the eyebrow design. Yep, it is. I did not do the research on this McDonald's. It's like maybe I almost could have. It's just the time for getting everything done. I almost didn't have time for what I did get down on my list today, so. Like, I barely got what I did on my list. I did as much research as I could. Found out some interesting things. I accidentally found out that Cinzetti's over in Northglenn, kind of near where the Office Depot was. Turns out that was a former theater. I think I knew it was the site of a theater, but I didn't realize that they probably took over that building. Maybe, probably, maybe. I need to fact check that, so don't quote me. Yep, there's the front of the McDonald's. I think that's it until we get to 104th. So, back to the quality thing. So, I think you're talking about live streams, right, Tanyan? So, there's quite a bit that goes into it. There's definitely the phone or computer or whatever you're using to live stream. It has its limits. And depending on how good that is, will kind of determine what you can even do to begin with. There's a network quality that will affect it. So like if you have a bad internet, whatever it is, right? Maybe you don't get much upload speed. What's up? Maybe a fan? If you're a fan, type in the chat. All right, we got a pedestrian. We're gonna go. But there's the network, so if you got a bad network connection, then it's not gonna work so well either. There is the app. Some of the apps have limitations. Like if you stream from YouTube on the phone, you're limited to 720p or 720 resolution and roughly 30 frames a second. I'm going because there's no traffic. I almost was gonna go through the path that's just south of this place, but it's like, well, shoot, I should just go through the King Soopers Plaza up here. I don't think it's actually called King Soopers Plaza, by the way. But yeah, there's the app. The app I'm using right now does give me the ability to stream up to 1080p and 60 FPS, but of course with my network, I can't necessarily get that much. So right now I'm at 1080p 30 with 3,000 kilobyte a second upload. I tried the 4,000, which is usually more ideal for a 1080p stream, but I was having issues in some areas where the quality just isn't that good up in Cheyenne. I find that College Park Plaza is a good area to test. Also south of there, out by the McDonald's on I-80. That's another spot I'll test my streams sometimes to see how the quality is. It's just a bad spot, so it's good to get an idea of how the quality is when you're trying to figure out how to do the quality thing, in my opinion, so far based on what I've found. Got a Fuzzy's Taco Shop. A little plaza building over there that I didn't think about looking at. North Forest office space over here. Got Extreme Auto Sounds. Wonder if they install V8s into your engine. I don't know. That's what it suggests, but I could be totally wrong. Hopefully that answers your question, Tanya. I like live streaming. Okay, so you were talking about that good stuff. So yeah, like what I'm doing right now, there's spots where the quality is gonna drop and you probably just saw some of the lag. The app I'm using right now tells me when I'm not having a good connection. So it's like I know that there's gonna be some lag. Right now it's not saying that, but it did a few seconds ago. When it comes to the mobile networks, it just is spotty. When you get right under a tower that your phone is connected to, it will not be a very good internet connection at all. Whereas if you're a decent distance away from it, you'll have reasonably good connection. It just depends on your service though, because like different ones have different poles. Like Verizon will work better in some parts of Cheyenne than Sprint will, and vice versa. Or I should say T-Mobile, because it's not Sprint anymore. It just depends. It varies. Okay, definitely getting to more of the older car-dependent area of Thornton. The sidewalks are narrower, a little more nerve-wracking. So over here, I'm going to talk about this real quick. So this was a Walgreens that was built in 2009. The land was prepped in April of 2009 for the new building. There were two other buildings here I saw. One of them looked like some kind of car garage or gas station, and the other one looked like a restaurant, but I cannot confirm that, so don't quote me. The Walgreens, let's see, when did I get that? I don't think I have the date of when the Walgreens closed, but the Dollar Tree did open over the last 3 years. I think it was in 2019, maybe 2020. Yeah, it's 2020. So I legitimately was gonna film a video there, and then Dollar Tree opened, so it's like, well, crap. So it's all right though. I might still eventually do a video, maybe. I haven't tried Dollar Trees. I have no idea how they are with filming. I've taken a few photos in some, but I just haven't gone crazy on it. Then again, Wally kind of has, so maybe I should. Got a Shell gas station, 104th over here, and I think this is Washington. Yeah, this is Washington. So there's your answer, Parker. Hey Hope Lightning Straight. I used to go to Northglenn for my speech therapy lessons. Nice. That's super cool. Nice little memory. Yeah, if you want to come by and honk, go for it. I'm open to it. I don't know if the person we saw earlier was a fan or not, but he was like, hello. So I was like, okay, I'll show you. I'm open to it. It's always fun time to do that. Got a Subway here, Hungry Howie's. That was not there before. That was vacant the last time I was here. Got a chair Thai massage, I think you say it, and amazing cuts. I like the name Amazing Cuts. Kind of sounds like super cuts, but not really super cuts. Let's see, I almost want to say I've gone into this King Soopers one time. I've gone to the ones in Fort Collins multiple times for most of them, except for the Marketplace, I think. And maybe one other store. All the ones on College, except for the Marketplace, I've gone inside and visited multiple times. For one reason or another, I remember, I think I have this on my Instagram stories archive, actually. You guys wouldn't be able to see it unless I shared it again. I got a Palm Wonderful from that King Soopers over by, over by, what was it called? Over by PetSmart and Tuesday Morning in Fort Collins, so there's that. I didn't research the King Soopers, unfortunately, but it's probably original to the Plaza, so you can probably figure out. Trying to cut between the vehicles here. All right, we got the new Goodwill store that was the Total Beverage. Opened between July 2018 and November 2020, moving from the other plaza that we were in. I don't know when Total Beverage opened here, but I do know that it moved to the former Hotel Furniture Outlet, where it's at further down here in this plaza. Get down this little pile of rocks. We do got a place called Opie Nels and Spa right here. I think I got a photo of it, don't I? Let me look. I'm going this way, thanks. Let's see, let me look at my photos here. I think I do. Oh yeah, so there's the Walgreens when it was at the Dollar Tree. I forgot about that. And there's the Total Beverage when it was in this space right here. That was back in 2008 when that photo was taken. I'm pretty impressed that Google was able to get really nice street view in 2008. It's impressively sharp for what it is. Love the narrow, tight parking spots. I think some people are like just straight up don't care, and then other people are like, what are you doing? When they see me with my gimbal. It feels more open though down here than Cheyenne. I think it's just because there's more people, and filming down here is more of a norm. Got the Planet Fitness, a former appliance factory outlet that closed between October 2012 and June 2015. And the Planet Fitness opened between September 2016 and July 2017. Gonna go around the traffic here. Let's see. So we got the appliance factory outlet right here. So that would have been right here where the Planet Fitness is. Try and get around the people here. And then we do got a Total Beverage here. I got a photo of what was here before? Yeah, so that's the Hotel Furniture Outlet. And then we got Harbor Freight Tools and Lumber Liquidators. I didn't realize that Harbor Freight didn't take over the whole section of building. I took a good portion of it. So this one is interesting. It's a former Floor Traders and Sears, what was it? Floor Traders that closed between April 2009 and August 2012 based on Street View, and former Sears Parts and Repair Center that closed the indoor part between October 2012 and October 2014. So the Harbor Freight would have been the Floor Traders, and the Lumber Liquidators would have been the Sears. I noticed, let's see, there's another photo of the signs that's a little bit better. So there's the signs that would have been right over there. You can see that at the right of the screen. Let's see, let me close that. And I think I do got one more. Yeah, so you can see the A&E vehicles that are always parked at Sears stores still there after the parts place closed. They definitely disappeared by like 2016 or so. You can check Google Street View on PC and you'll be able to see what I mean. You can go through all the Street View and figure out what month they disappeared. Well, roughly what month, what year, I guess. They don't do Street View every month, so. Okay. We're gonna cut over here. Let's see. I got a whole list. Yeah, I have a whole list of everything. If I try to remember all the history of all the places I'm talking about, I would not remember all of it. I get things wrong constantly. So yeah, how I do it. It works, gets the job done. Got Circle Drive, which I think is, what one is which? And Downing Street. I think Circle Drive would have been this one. And then Downing Street is this one that we're gonna head back over to 104th on. So yeah, you can see the Lumber Liquidators and Total Beverage on that sign now, where Sears and the other place used to be listed, the Floor Traders. This building was vacant. I almost was thinking about trying to research it and do a video, but sure enough, it got replaced by a Pet Supplies Plus. So, like, it was a possibility at the least before it got replaced, but like, this is another place where it would be like, I wouldn't mind doing a video eventually, but I just don't know how that would go. I don't know. There's so many what ifs, and it's like I should ignore the what ifs, but I don't know. I haven't made up my mind exactly how I feel. Even though I'm 3 years into this, I still feel somewhat noobish with this stuff. Like, I sometimes feel like it's a place that you should just ask permission, but then it's like, well, crap. Especially in my situation, it's hard to get to Colorado all the time, so it's kind of like, oh, well, you know what? It's kind of going to be awkward, but it's going to be like a month from now. Like, I feel like it would get just too complex, especially for out of town. In Cheyenne, maybe doable. I've been trying to wait for a little bit warmer weather before I try messing with any of that, but and there's the other side too, that like I don't truly know if I want to be sponsored by a brand. Like, I don't have any hate towards the idea of being sponsored by a brand, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't like channels that get sponsored sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll do a video where it's literally about the sponsor, and it's like, you know, there's going to be some kind of skew. By the way, here's a place called Thirsty's Sports Pub. You know, there's going to be some kind of skew sometimes, at least sometimes, maybe not always, but sometimes when you get sponsored by a brand, especially if it's the brand that you're showing in the video. If it's something unrelated, maybe, but even then, I don't know. I just don't know how I truly feel about it. I guess I haven't had the experience, so I don't know how that would go. Got another Taco Bell here. Looks just almost like the other one, and it's actually open, I think. Lights are on in there. Oh, man. Having a little bit of a bad... Downing Street really did go down. Yeah, someone knocked that pole down, didn't they? I only remember 104th and 120th. I don't remember Circle. Gotcha. I've gone quite a few places in Northglenn over the years. Like Cinzetti's, I'll openly admit that's one of my favorite buffets of all time. I almost feel like it might beat Golden Corral, except that Golden Corral does have a little bit different food choice and variety. So it's like it's kind of apples to oranges. So I can't really say one's better than the other at the end of the day. But I mean, both of those are definitely up there in my list for favorite restaurants in terms of buffets. So what's somewhere else? I've gone to the Boondocks in Northglenn. Well, I think it's still in Northglenn. That's a good time to go there. I like the one in Lone Tree a little bit better, but the one in Northglenn isn't too bad. Hey Funko Sean, it might be lagging a little bit for you guys. I'm getting a notification right now that I'm in a bad network connection right now. So yeah, we do got advanced auto parts right here. When I did my original Super Kmart video, I did think it was a former auto center, but in hindsight, I don't think it was. The auto center definitely appears to be somewhere on the building, whether it was on the garden shop side or the Little Caesars side. Yeah, right now we're in a bad connection spot, but see, that's the thing. Hopefully it's not lagging too much. I'm gonna talk in just for the heck of it. So just in case it does get bad, like it probably is at the moment for you guys, it'll kick back up eventually. Like I know it will, versus YouTube where it might be crappy quality for the rest of the stream, even if it shouldn't be. Northglenn looks like it's changed a lot. Oh yeah. Like, I mean, obviously the Northglenn Marketplace used to be the Northglenn Mall. There is a Safeway, a Walgreens, I think. There were JCPenney that actually had an auto center. I can't remember all the other stores, but Sears, I think, was even there. Man, there's another store I'm thinking of that I can't think of that was in Cheyenne too. Shoot. Another grocery, kind of more clothing, but I wish this connection would kick back up. Yep, McDonald's and Walmart's is definitely becoming a thing of the past. They're closing up shop everywhere. McDonald's itself is not struggling. They're actually going to be opening a brand new McDonald's in southern Cheyenne soon. And you got to keep in mind, Cheyenne is a population of 65,000 that already has like 5 McDonald's. Well, 4 I think right now. The one in Walmart closed. But still crazy. Yeah, does this place look familiar? Circle K hates Shell and Diamond Shamrock, seemingly. I think it's mainly that they just want to go for their own brand and start becoming a competitor. Which I don't know whether I can argue one way or the other on that. I haven't had their experiences, so. Wouldn't have minded covering a little more of Northglenn, but there's just not a lot of retail on 104th, aside from the Northglenn Marketplace that I really felt like doing. And plus, like I said, I had people wanting me to at least check up somehow on the Gordmans and this Super Kmart. Hopefully the stream's not too bad for you guys. I really hope so. So I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but you can definitely see the label scar for Super Kmart. So let's see. I do got history of this. So it's built in 1994, opened in August of that year. Super Kmart signage was stitched between August 2008 and April 2009. It did downsize a little bit inside at some point, although both entries were still used, and it closed in December 2016. We do got some new signage here. I don't know what to make of any of this. I'll have to read through it later. Looks like some inspection issues, but we can still see inside. The lights are actually on this time, so you can see in. Man. So it looks like it's still owned by Kmart. Wow. I would have thought by now they would have sold it off with Vasa Fitness next door. Man, look at that. A lot of violation stuff that I'm not going to read through. If you really want to, you can pause in. Hopefully it came out on stream so you can read it. Let's see. Did I get Vasa Fitness down? Let's see. So this place closed in December of 2016, and I don't have a date with Vasa Fitness, but I do know it opened around 2018 or 2019 area. It was before, definitely by 2019, because it was there when I filmed it in 2019. We'll come take a quick glance into the Little Caesars, I guess, since we're over here. Got the pharmacy label scar. Let's see. So when I tried to do this with my camera before, it was hard to reach up because I didn't have a selfie stick or anything with me that day. But with this, I think I can look in, and hopefully you guys are seeing this. Hopefully you guys saw that. I'm not gonna try again. Hopefully you guys saw that though. Usually when a store closes down, they keep ownership to keep competitors moving in. Interesting. So maybe they do own the former Kmart in Cheyenne still. I saw someone say that they did, but then when I go to the property assessor, the property is definitely not owned by Kmart. Of course, it could still be being leased to Kmart. If that's the case though, I still don't understand why the vacant half hasn't been replaced, because Hobby Lobby redid did an entry for that side, ripped up the tile. Like it doesn't look anything like Kmart anymore, aside from the garden center. So I don't know what the deal is with that. If it is, maybe that explains why Mattress Firm never opened up, or isn't opening up in that building. Spoiler alert, by the way, we are going to be taking a look at that eventually. Probably in whatever driving stream we eventually do. I'm hoping to do it this week maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, there's a nice view of the Super Kmart Center. I should get new photos since I'm over here. I should really get new photos for the thumbnail, because the photos I took for the thumbnail before were kind of crappy. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try to before I head off of this spot. But we'll do it after the stream, of course. So I don't think I really did any research on much else. There is a Wendy's over here that's still open, so there's at least that. Vasa did reuse the framing of the Kmart sign. And then let me read up on this. And then they will rent out to non-competing tenants or sublease if they don't own the building initially. Okay, gotcha, that helps a little bit. Yeah, most of the Super Kmarts looked like this as far as I've seen. There is a couple of different facades that I've seen Super Kmart use in the past. There's definitely one and maybe two in Aurora that both used a unique facade. One definitely, because it used the triangular entryways like that. It did use triangular entryways, but it used a more modern facade, more of a generalized square box. And the triangles did have a little bit of a different design in the middle. Try to go over here and get a good shot of the Vasa Fitness sign. Didn't know, nothing is, as far as I know. Seeing those orders, but I don't think it'll be replaced anytime soon, or those orders, those notices in the window. Like there are at least 2 or 3 different violation things I saw there in that window. You can go back in the stream and hopefully you'll see them. If not, well, I might see about taking some photos so that way I can see it. Yep, there's the old Super Kmart sign right though. It's now being used by Vasa. Vasa Fitness has taken over a lot of the buildings in Colorado, I've noticed. There's like an Albertsons or 2 and maybe a Safeway or 2. Definitely a Safeway, at least. And Vasa Fitness is over there in the garden center half. I don't know what they will use the doors on the left side of this building for. There's normal loading docks in the back, so I could never figure that out. There's garage doors on the garden shop side of the building that definitely would have been used for auto center, so I don't know, maybe it's like a secondary, maybe the garage doors over here were a secondary loading dock thing. It's all like there's a guardrail blocking it all off. You can see it in the 2019 video I did. $4K 60. Yeah, Apple does seem to have pretty good cameras on their phones for what it is. As much as I've kind of slowly grown to dislike Apple, and for that matter Samsung too, they definitely have the lead in the camera part of the compared to Samsung. Like, Samsung's literally mocking Apple phones. I shouldn't say mocking, more or less copying them. I love that Samsung, was it Samsung or was it Android? One or the other. They mocked Apple for going cordless, or not cordless, going without the power bank thing, right? Where you connect your phone to the wall. They mocked them for not doing that, and then they did it. It's like, bro. They say it's for greener, but if you don't have the charger thing, how are you supposed to charge it? You could get a third party, but third party just tends to not be as good, I've found. Not always. There's certainly some third party cords that work fine. I have a GoPro cable that works fine for plugging in my phone, but then it doesn't have the power bank thing either that you need to plug into to get into the wall. Sup, Matthew, Adventure Exploration. Kmart would have had a chance if Sears had sold them to another owner during bankruptcy, probably. It would have been, I think it would have been interesting if the, I forget the owner of the Kmart in Australia. I think it would have been interesting if they had somehow bought the Kmart in the US. I think that would have been interesting. It would have been better for both of them if they had stayed separate. At least one of them would have still been around. But yeah, what can you do? I apologize if the quality is crapping out a little bit here at the end. I'm definitely getting that notification that we're in a bad connection area, and I actually need to plug in my phone before it dies here. Hold on, peeps. Ugh. See, that's the thing with streaming, because like you can't, maybe on the newer phones you can, but on my phone you can't stream from the in-camera app, and even if you could, you would still need to be able to get it exported, and that's not going to be something that's so easy when you don't have the best internet connection, is it? So yeah, right now, like I don't know how it's coming out on camera, but I'm using my GoPro cable because my other one broke. In my scooter crash last year, I think I scuffed it. It was in my pocket, but still got scuffed to the point where, come on, USB port. It still got scuffed to the point where I could see the wire, which was not a bueno thing, so I quit using it. Now using my GoPro cable because I can't get a replacement cable. Oh man, that sun's bright. Whew. It's probably not so bad for you guys, but it's really bright. Yeah, I'll see about getting some photos of this before I walk away. Because I do want to get some new photos for sure, especially of the code violation thing. That intrigues me. But yeah, not too bad. I think we're going to call it there though. We got through it in 1 hour and 23, a little bit over an hour, which isn't bad. Figured it'd be a little bit over, but still pretty good. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. We'll see how this looks. Can I flip this around? Whoa. Let's go to the wider one. I think that's the wider camera. So I will take a look at this stream and make sure it looks all right for the most part. Of course, I'll do timestamps and all that. This stream was pretty smooth, so I have no complaints. We'll go from there. If this app worked fine, then I'll use it in the future. If not, then I guess I'll go back to the YouTube app. So far, I do like the features, though. It's pretty dang good there. A lot better than YouTube ever will be for the features inside of the camera part. Anyway, do appreciate everyone for stopping by. We'll be doing a live stream soon, hopefully in about a week-ish, maybe a little more. Maybe a new video, too. So we'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say peace out. See you guys soon. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Ending broadcast.